Hello, YouTube. It's been a while, a hot minute, since I have done a look at what I got in for seeds. So I think now is the time because I was talking to my friend Earl Bassett on the phone today, and he said that the dollar store had gotten seeds in, and it's like, well, I for just plain old green beans and regular varieties that you're not really going to save seeds from per se, but you're going to use them for food. The dollar store is great. I mean, seriously, you get seeds for a buck, and they have heirlooms. Did you catch that? There's heirloom seeds. So get your butts down to the dollar store and pick some up if you need some seeds to fill in. I saw everything down there. I didn't get any flowers. That's the only thing I didn't get. But I did get some of those stackable pots. Got 10 of them. And I figured, you know what? I can stack these up. I don't think 10 is going to be too high. And we might go back between now and whenever and get another 10 of them. Who knows? But I can use those to plant my white strawberries in up here on the deck and keep the damn deer out of them, is my thought process on that. So anyways, here's what I got. A lot of these are going to be dollar store seeds, just so you know. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with dollar store seeds because, check it out, they have heirloom varieties. There's some Contender bush beans. Another heirloom variety, Blue Lake 274. Got some Danvers half-long carrots, and these are really handy when you're like me and growing in containers. They don't get as long as regular carrots. Here is another heirloom variety, Top Crop bush beans. These are great. Let's see, bush beans. So all three of those were bush bean varieties. And a red cord Chantenay carrot. These, again, they don't get very long. They're just a good all-purpose eating carrot. And then this was something that somebody sent me because I had it on my wish list. And this is sweet Italian basil. And I don't know where they got these two for $1. That's not the dollar store, but it's the same brand. It's American Seed. Kind of like, that's expensive. And then I got some giant noble spinach. Birds will love me for that. Another heirloom variety, Market More cucumbers. Those are good cucumbers. I've grown them for several years. Waltham butternut squash. Again, it's an heirloom. Detroit dark red beets. Again, you can save seeds. Giant noble spinach. I got doubled up because of the birds. Sugar snap peas. Heirloom variety. Little Marvel peas. Heirloom variety. Paris Island cause lettuce. Heirloom variety. I mean, it's just crazy. Why not utilize these? For a quarter, you can grow a lot of food for 25 cents. American Seed, Alaskan peas. These, again, these are one of my favorite pea varieties to grow. So much so that I got 2 of them. So, I mean, seriously, the amount of food that you can grow here for just the $5 that I spent on seeds, we will be able to grow and preserve a lot of food. And that's what gardening is about. It's not about, oh, I've got the most, tomato varieties out of anybody on Facebook today. I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about growing healthy, nutritious food. Hungarian hot yellow wax. Spanish variety. I didn't realize that American Seed put these out, but this is way cool. Spanish habaneros. We got some Spanish cayenne long reds. And we got some Spanish serrano chili peppers. There's 4 different kinds of hot peppers that I bought for $1 from the dollar store. Then they had these. So I bought one each of these. This is a hot mix of microgreens. Yeah, I mean, seriously, you just need to get the little kit thing from Amazon, like $10, and you can grow your own microgreens. They have that hot mix, and they have a mild mix. So in the hot mix, let's see. That is, it contains purple wave mustard, Mizuna, tatsoi, kale, and kohlrabi. That's a good mix. And the mild mix contains cabbage, kale, tatsoi, cabbage, pak choi, and Mizuna. So it's like the same thing, but one's hot and one's mild, so they're probably the same. It probably doesn't matter. And then in trades, I got in Farmer's Market jalapenos. This was really cool because I was going to order these from the Alexi over in Ukraine because my goal is to grow a tomato 2 pounds or more in a 5-gallon grow bag, and I'm going to give it my best shot. But Michael's Portuguese Monsters, Buracker's favorite. Those are beautiful. I saw the picture. Those were another one that I was going to order from Alexi, but I had them on my wish list and they kindly offered to send me some, and I said for sure I would love to have them. Some more thyme, some flat leaf parsley, some Jackass yellow tomatoes. I don't have those, so that's really cool. And then I got in some giant crimson tomatoes, which I'll probably put in the seed library because MI Gardener is not really my gig. Those are not giant. Those are not crimson. And nobody's impressed with them. Zinnias. And there's a whole flower in there. I already looked. I opened it up. It's pretty and purple. But I'm not sure what kind it was exactly. What is this? Seguida suda? It's a type of tomato, but I don't know what kind it is. These varieties here, I did a trade with the person that lives in Estonia for these. We got blue keys. I got Volga Rohaline. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I really have no idea. Bleeding Heart. Summer Apricot. Michael Pollan. Copper River. And then from somebody else, they got Mars Tomato. Matt's Wild Cherry. I was wanting to try that because I loved Amy's Sugar Gem. I thought that was a delicious tomato. But for a cherry variety, it was a big tomato. And when I'm putting cherry tomatoes on my salad, I like the one bite type. And those were big. But they were really good. You know what those would be really good for? Is roasted cherry tomatoes. Just drizzle them with some olive oil, sprinkle them with salt and pepper, toss them in there with some fresh thyme and salt and some real coarse flaky sea salt and some black pepper, and roast them in a really hot oven. Yum. Those would be delicious like that. Got some Genovese basil. Yeah, I used to be a food blogger and recipe creator in another life. I actually picked my way around the world and wrote a blog about it once upon a time ago. I was a brand ambassador for allrecipes.com. Wisconsin Chief. Come on. There we go. Wisconsin Chief. I hadn't heard about that variety. That was kind of cool, though, because I think that will go into my Americana garden. Got some dark pink hollyhocks. Some rosemary. Quite a bit of rosemary. You know, rosemary's great. And the reason why I say that is the deer don't bother my rosemary bush. And so I have no problem putting a lot of different rosemary bushes around up here. I'll put them in the ground. They can grow. And one can never have too much rosemary, huh, Bob? Nope. I don't know if the birds eat it, though. Don't really care. I'm going to plant them a hella amount of oregano. Hallows Eve pepper. Abe Lincoln. And I'm hoping this is the older one that gets really big. And then we got Granny Smith tomato. I've never heard of that. I have to look that up. Broadleaf sage. Sage, I have a sage plant out here that I've had for, probably close to a decade now. And last summer it started to look really sad. I don't know if it even made it through the winter. Do you know, Bob? My sage plant, is it still alive?
Sage?
Yeah, the sage.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if it is or not. But there's enough seeds there I can get more sage. Purple echinacea, aka coneflowers. Got sugar rush peach. I wanted to get a bunch more of that because I don't want to grow just one plant of sugar rush peach. I want to grow several plants of sugar rush peach for my own personal use. And the reason for that is one of the admins in Heirloom Tomato Addicts Anonymous, her name is Rita. She grew these and then she made some fermented hot sauce out of them. It was such a pretty color and I want to try my hand at making it. I saw that and I got really excited to try that. Bob, would you mind turning the heat up just a skosh? It's getting chilly in here.
What?
The heat, could you turn that up just a little bit? That's the bad thing about living in a fifth wheel is once the sun was hitting on here and it got really warm in here, so I had to turn the heat down. But once the sun goes behind the clouds, because we're supposed to get rain this afternoon, I think, once it goes behind the clouds and the temperature drops a few degrees, you can really feel it. And then I got some Peter Pepper Red. Those are those phallic looking ones. They're really funny. These are a good seller. I sold these last year. Got more oregano for the birds. I call them the birds. And my dog freaks out every time I do that. It's hilarious. Marigold, red and orange. And my favorite Etsy seller, Val is a moderator in Heirloom Tomato Addicts Anonymous. And so she's my favorite Etsy seller of all time. I will always order from her. I know that I had made a post in there about what's the most you would spend on a pack of seeds. And I had to walk my thing back a little bit because you know what? I have no problem paying Val's price for her seeds. And the reason for that is I've had nothing but the best of luck with her seeds. They grow true to type and killer germination rate. So I encourage everybody, Val's Backyard Heirlooms. She is Farmer Val's Backyard on Etsy. Look her up. Make sure you order. Got some Indian eggplant. White Soul Alpine Strawberry. So I'm going to be making an order from Nikitovka and I'm going to get some more. I had bought some I think it was a French variety of their alpine strawberries. And it was a white color. It was like, they call it wanton or something. It was yellow. And I wasn't going to plant them, so I offered them to my friend Shelly, and she took them, and she told me, she's like, every single one of them germinated. I was like, great, so I'll order those again now that I have some room to put them out. And I got some shiso, and this is a red and green mix. And another name for shiso is perilla, and this is they use this a lot in Korean cuisine, and it's delicious. It's kind of a stringent flavor, and it's really good. It's a leaf, and you can put that leaf, like you can make perilla wraps. They're not very big, but you can also lay a perilla leaf in a piece of butter lettuce and then do like a Korean. You could use galbi or, whatever you like, kalbi, ribs. Put that meat in there and then maybe put a little bit of samjang or gochujang in there. So I'm just kind of showing off with my Korean that I know. And the only reason why I know all this Korean is my husband's done a lot of work for the Korean community, and we love them. We love them. They're great. And remember Mr. Lem? Teaching me how to make kimchi. It was wonderful. And we really miss them since they sold their store. Anyway, more Sugar Rush Peach. Calabrian caviar pepper. This is, I have Rosebud. Rosebud, it was the was the segregate from the other variety that I have called Weapons of Mass Destruction. Not Rosebud, Rosedale. Rosedale was supposed to be Weapons of Mass Destruction Jumbo, but Bill Jeffers was the breeder. Dr. Carolyn Mayle decided, now, you know what? She didn't decide it. She told him, with how the political shitstorm the country's in right now, that's probably not the best name. And you know what? He heeded her advice, probably rightfully so. And he changed it to Rosedale. Well, there was a segregate off of that got isolated and grown out, excuse me, by somebody in France, and it was pink, where Rosedale is purple. And Carol, one of the admins in HTAA, sent me seeds for Rosebud, which is really, really cool, because I plan on growing Weapons of Mass Destruction, Rosedale, and Rosebud this year. And then there's another Bill Jeffers tomato that I have in here that I want to grow too. And then I got Palermo pointed peppers. This is from Estonia, and it's called 1946. I love, love, love that handwriting. That's cool. Let's see here. Berry's Crazy Cherry. Now, well, that says Berry's Crazy Yellow, but it's Berry's Crazy Cherry. I've heard that these don't taste very good. Taste is subjective. I think Blue Beauty tomatoes taste like shit, but a lot of people like them. I'm going to give these a whirl because I think they are, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe these are a multiflora. So they're just going to be prolifically loaded. But since I do grow in 5-gallon grow bags, I won't get as many on this. And I know that going in, and I'm okay with that. That's why I plant for 2 people 62 tomato plants. But you know what? Honestly, they don't produce enough for us to get all the tomato products that we use in a year. I want to make ketchup, and then I cooked a bunch down last year. That's all I did. Put them in the crock pot, cooked them down, made tomato sauce, and we froze it. And we did freeze several quarts of tomato sauce. However, I like to also blanch and peel tomatoes, and then I do dehydrate those skins, and I turn those into tomato powder. And then I squish them into canning jars that I've added in a tablespoon of lemon juice and a teaspoon of canning salt. And then you squish the tomatoes in until they're covered with their own juice. And then you can them. I process them for 45 minutes, I believe, or 90 minutes, one or the other. And then I have basically stewed tomatoes, and you can turn those into whatever you want. You can cook those down to make tomato sauce if you want. So that is why I grow so many tomatoes. And so I'll have 62 bigger varieties going out into the bags, but I can also grow my micro dwarfs up here on our deck. And so, yes, we will have a lot of tomatoes. And as I think looking at this pack of seeds in my hand, I've already showed you that I'd gotten those Hallows Eve peppers. Well, it's a good thing I did, because I got these in, and these are they're pretty tattered. So it's a good thing I got those other ones in. Ancient sweet pepper. I got some more of those ancient varieties. I need to look those up because I don't know anything about them. So I got some Mila tomato from Estonia. Furry bumblebee. Those sounded kind of cool. And here's the other Bill Jeffers that I cannot wait to grow. This is Gale. I cannot wait to grow that. Got some lemon basil. And you can tell somebody collected that, and I'm absolutely cool with that. I think that's awesome. And yet some more Sugar Rush peach. So I needed to get I wanted to do several of those. And what in the heck is this? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. Something basil? That's basil? Oh, I guess there are little basil seeds in there. So it's some kind of basil. Pretty cool. Some more berries. Crazy cherry. What is this? Oh, black horse pepper. That is like a bell pepper. Black bell pepper. Let me get these out of here. This towel is going to fall. I just knew it. And let's see. This should be my last round here. This, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I've never heard of it. Jal tomato? Those don't look like tomato seeds. I don't know what that is. I probably won't grow those because I don't know what those are. Let's see. I have some emerald apple tomatoes. Those could be cool. Caribbean red habanero. Very cool. White tomaso. Scabatha. Hi, Scabatha. I got another package of that somewhere. American Blue. I had looked at that on Nicotovka, but I never ordered it, so that's kind of cool that I got it. Scotch bonnet chocolate. Ooh, dog, you got gas. Go on. Phew. Oh, really? Bunda Mahala. Oh, that dog is going to kill me. And then this one, Krata or Krata, however you pronounce that. Zopai peppers. And these tomatoes, they're called apparently invisible. I can see them. And then this one is... It's Patty's striped beefsteak is what it is. And then this is a Earl Bassett variety. You can tell because it says 45th Seeds. That's Earl's Seed Shop. And it's a variety called DR 2012. He's going to have to tell me what's up with those because I've never heard of them. I got some California Mission Bells poppies. Poppies are always a welcome addition for us. We like poppies. Pleated carnelian tomatoes. Oh, I like pleated tomatoes. I really like pleated tomatoes. Let's see here. Yellow pear. Sweet Beverly. That is not spelt correctly. The correct spelling of that would be Beverley. I will list this with the correct spelling just because that is something that is important to me. Just as telling an accurate history on a tomato and not editing it out because somebody thinks that somebody's trashing somebody else. You know, to hell with that. Yeah, that happened to me. Anyhow, so when I notice stuff like Helsing Junction, it's a Tom Wagner variety. It's Helsing Junction Blue. A lot of time, you know, I have traded for it in the past. And I get those in, and they'll say Helsing Junction Blues. Well, when Tom Wagner put it out, it was not plural. And you know what? People can think that this is petty or whatever. But the breeder is the one that names the variety. They are the ones that decide how things are spelled. And so I want to do things correctly. And that's all there is with that. And also from Val, I got in this pepper variety called Aces and Eights. It sounded pretty cool. I got yet even more Berry's Crazy Cherry. And Luann, oh, we love her packaging. I mean, seriously. And she sent me, is that OE or CE Sunrise Heart? Anyway, either way, those are beautiful. And they are bicolor, and I love those. But look at her packaging. Oh, Master, teach me your ways on that. It's just, I love that. Those are my favorite of all. I mean, people say, oh, Baker Creek. I love Luann's. And then this right here, this variety right here, I bought this variety right here in 2020 from Baker Creek. And I planted them out. And I have pictures of what they look like when I harvested them, these carrots. And they're beautiful and they taste really good. And I thought at the time, I'm not going to save any. And it wouldn't really have done me a whole lot of good to save any anyhow. No, I guess it would have been 2021, excuse me, not 2020, 2021. It wouldn't have done me any good whatsoever to save the seeds because we wound up moving up here and we weren't staying down there. And so carrots are biennial. They would have had to remain in place for 2 years in order for me to harvest seeds. So I couldn't do it. And then I planted out carrots our first year up here, and I got little tiny sprouts, and then they kicked the bucket. And I tried it again last year, and I got little tiny sprouts, and they kicked the bucket. So we know it's a soil issue. I know how to rectify that. I'm going to grow my beets and my carrots, my root vegetables, in Pro Mix. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'll probably even lighten it up further from there with some coconut coir and then add in some, I'm not going to add in perlite because carrots are weird in that they're really lazy growers. So if they're sending down their root, they will not work hard to put their root down. If they get stunted, they will remain stunted and they'll just wrap around themselves. So they need a really loose growing medium that retains moisture because they do like to remain evenly moist. They don't like to be wet. They're finicky little bastards is what they are. But that year I was able to grow some really nice carrots, and I've been able to grow some really nice beets along with them in that same container. And so we'll empty all this crap soil out and we'll fill it with Pro Mix, and then I will have some carrots and some beets. Anyhow, back to these. So I didn't save seeds because I thought, well, Baker Creek, I'll just order another pack of them, right? Well, they didn't carry them. They carried them that 1 year. They have not been back in their store since. So I was kicking myself in the ass. It's like, why didn't you? I planted out the rest of mine last year, and then of course we got zapped by that bad soil, so I had no more of these seeds. I found them one place over in Europe, only that place didn't ship to the United States, so I thought, well, you're screwed. Well, I tried one more, I Googled, and imagine my surprise when I find a little farm called, what is this called here? It is deepharvestfarm.com. They're right here in western Washington State up on Whidbey Island. And look at what they had. I don't even know. It's French. I pronounce it Long Rouge Sang. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this word right. Could be Longu Rouge Sang, Long Rouge Sang, whatever it is. These carrots are so friggin' pretty. They start out up at the very top. They are a dark red. They look like a Kyoto carrot, and then they go to like almost purple. They're reddish purple or purpley, and then they kind of go red, and then they go orange, and then they like go pale yellow, almost white down toward the root tip, and they taste really good. And these people had them, and I am so grateful. And I paid dearly for this pack of carrot seeds. Like after shipping, it was close to $11. So yeah, when I said, it's like if you really want something, yeah, you're gonna pay for it. I did. It's like how much I paid. Remember that pack of Badger Flame beets? Now I still got seeds for those. Beets are another one. They're biennial. Takes 2 years to collect seeds from them. So here are my Long Rouge Sang carrots, and guess what? I'll be growing out, and I couldn't be happier. So that's what I have gotten in for seeds. And remember, you know what? The dollar store is fine if you just don't have a lot of money and you want to plant some stuff to feed your family. And I do believe that you can purchase those seeds for food using food stamps too if you get them. I think I've seen that in many posts that you are able to buy vegetable seeds and even vegetable starter plants with SNAP benefits. So just because you don't have a lot of money and you can't have all these fancy seeds, like, I realize that I am very fortunate that I do have those. But just as much as I have those fancy seeds, I don't knock these dollar store seeds either. They're heirloom. American Seed Company has been around since the 1800s. They've been around a hot minute. They're not GMO. I think I've seen that posted. It's like, that is ridiculous. Don't be stupid. By all means, Walmart sells American Seed. They sell theirs for like 20 cents a pack. So between the Dollar Tree and Walmart, $10, you should be able to really plant a nice garden if you want to do it on the cheap. So with that, I promised you guys that if we reached 100 subscribers on this channel, that I would do a giveaway of Stoney's Neighbors tomato seeds. And we have reached 100 members, or subscribers, excuse me. So here's how that gig plays out. Make sure you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you're not winning the tomato seeds. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. In the comments below, your requirement is that you need to tell me, what do you look forward to the most growing this coming year? It doesn't have to be tomatoes. As for me, I'm looking forward to growing those dollar store beans and peas. So remember, thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment. What's your favorite? What are you looking forward to the most growing in 2024? And when I post, I'll tell you what we'll do. It is the 20th. On January 31st, I will pick a winner for 20 Stoney's Neighbors heirloom tomato seeds via random number generator. I will go through on your comments and give you a number, and I will pick a random number on January 31st, and that person will win seeds, 20 seeds of Stoney's Neighbors tomatoes. And with that, stay tuned.